is Nancy Ellen with the Crafty Yarn Barn. This is the second video in a series of videos that I'm creating teaching you how to crochet. So check out the first video. I have links in the comment section down below so you can see all the videos as I create them throughout the entire series. And in the first video, you learn how to do a slip knot, how to make your foundation chain and hold your crochet hook in your yarn. Today, you're going to learn how to work into that foundation chain with a single crochet stitch. So let's get on up to the craft room and let's get started. And this is lesson 2 of a complete series on crochet basics for beginners. In this video, I'm going to show you how to work your stitches into the foundation chain with a single crochet stitch. In the prior lessons, we discussed the crochet hook anatomy, how to hold your crochet hook. We talked a little bit about how to hold your yarn, and I taught you how to make a slip knot and your foundation chain. So let's go ahead and get started with the basic single crochet stitch. This is the stitch that most beginners learn as their very first crochet stitch. First, the slip knot. It's like tying a knot without pulling the yarn all the way through the loop. So I like to wrap my yarn around my finger, take the tail end, and push a little bit of that through the back of that yarn that's over your fingers. Slide your fingers out and grab that loop. Hold the tail, hold the yarn, pull it tight. Put your hook onto the loop, grab the yarn tail, and pull that tail, and it'll fasten right up onto your crochet hook. Now we're going to make our foundation chain. Hold your hook, put your middle finger and your thumb right at the base of the slip knot, and hold that yarn. You're going to yarn over, turn your hook, and pull it through the loop that's on your hook. We're going to chain 8. And we're just going to make a small swatch as we learn to do our single crochet. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll never work into the first chain from the hook unless your pattern specifically tells you to do so. So depending on the stitch that you're doing, the pattern will tell you which chain to actually first start your stitch on your first row. Now for a single crochet, you'll skip this first chain and you're going to put your hook into the second chain from the hook. There's generally 3 ways to work into the foundation chain, but we're going to keep it simple and learn only one method in this lesson. You're going to learn the other 2 methods later on in more advanced series. So in this method, we're going to crochet right in the top loop of that chain. So take your hook, in the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, you're going to put your point of your crochet hook right under that top loop. So you can see the loop that's on your hook, and this is the top loop of that chain. And you're going to yarn over, so put your hook underneath the yarn, turn your hook downward, rotate it, and pull the yarn through the loop. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, put it underneath, turn your hook downward, where it catches into the groove, and you're going to pull that loop through both loops that are on your hook, and that's your first single crochet. You'll go into the very next loop on your chain, put your point into the top loop underneath it. You're going to yarn over and pull the yarn through that loop. Now you got 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull it through both loops. And you're going to move right down your foundation chain, stick your hook, point of it right into the top of that loop. That's just one loop, and you've got the loop that was on your hook here, see? You're going to go underneath, turn your hook, pull it through, and you're going to single crochet all the way down. Make your way down your foundation into the very last foundation chain. And I'm going to go slow so you can watch. You go into the next loop on your foundation, stick it through the loop, the very top loop, yarn over and pull it through. Make sure your loops go onto the shaft of your hook, and make sure it moves slowly. If you're having trouble, it's maybe because your tension over here or your loop that's on your hook is a little too tight. You should easily be able to yarn over Just relax your hand and pull it right through easily. If you're not, just keep practicing. Either open up your hand a little bit and relax your hand, and you should be able to get that yarn to go across that hook. If not, then you may need to loosen up the loop that's on your hook right here. Now we're down to our last chain of our foundation. We're going to put our hook right through the top of that loop, yarn over, pull it through, and we're going to yarn over and pull it through both loops. Now we finished our first row. We did single crochets all the way down our first row. You should have 7 single crochets. Your foundation chain had 8 stitches, but remember that very last stitch, that number 8, that's going to be your post here on the side. So you should have 7 single crochets. Look right here, we're going to count them. Don't count the loop that's on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's 7. So we're going to turn our work. You should turn your work just like the page of a book. So we're going to turn our page. We're going to chain 1. So you're going to yarn over and pull the loop through. We're going to work our second row. Don't crochet into that chain that you just made. You're going to go right into the very top of your single crochet on row 1. So you're going to put your hook right through that space. And on the very top of those single crochets, you're going to see what looks like a V. See the 2 pieces of yarn? They look like a V. You're going to yarn over and pull it through both loops. So you're going to have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull it through. That's your single crochet. And see right here, we're going to put our point right through that. And when we do, we see the very top 2 loops of our single crochet on row 1. We're going to yarn over and pull our yarn through, and it moves easily on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull it through both loops, and you're going to go right down that first row and single crochet all the way down to the very end, and you should have 7 single crochets. And right here on the end, you see right there that V, stick it right through there. It's a little awkward. Pull it through and then pull it through. And that's your second row. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's number 7. So that was your second row. So now we're going to turn our work just like a page of a book. We're going to chain 1, and that's the stitch there on your side post. You're going to do a single crochet into the very first single crochet on the row previous. So you're going to put your hook right through that top of that single crochet, yarn over and pull it through, and you've got 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull it through. And let me demonstrate, and I'll let you watch as I do the single crochets on row 3 all the way down. Always the most confusing to me was the sides making your turn. So I'm going to come all the way down on the row so I can show you one more time how to make your turn. You do this single crochet into the very top of the stitch of the very last one on that row, previous row. Yarn over, pull it through, you turn your work, and then you're going to chain 1, which is your side post, and then put your hook right into the very top of the single crochet that you just did, and that's the next row. Let's go all the way down the row, and I'll show you how to fasten off for your little swatch. There should be 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I just did 7. So you need to continue to practice. So remember, we're to the very end, we would turn our work, we would chain 1, and then the next row you're going to start into the very top of the last single crochet did on the previous row. To fasten off your work, all you would do, take your scissors, cut your yarn, you would yarn over, pull that through, and pull that yarn all the way through the loop and pull it tight, and that fastens off your work. You can make your swatch as long as you want to make it, but you need to go ahead and practice your single crochets. Check the comment section down below, and I have links to projects that you can make. All you need to do is single crochet and chain stitches, and you can make items such as these. This is a washcloth or a dishcloth. I'll give you a link to that. Here's another that I've made. Also, I've made these little bunnies. And all the stitches on this are single crochets and chains. And another project is a baby blanket. Check out this baby blanket. This entire blanket is with single crochets, and then the border is with chain stitches. And that's it. So I'm going to create videos just for you so you can have some projects to practice on, and all you need is the stitch that you just learned today to make these items. Have a good day. Watch out for more videos to come. I'll see you soon, and happy crocheting.